So you're like a healthy weight now, right? Because God's helping you. Even in anime format, is she getting the whopper? Just roll over, you know, fetal position, keep stuff in your face, pretend the world doesn't exist. Studies show it rewires your brain. It is addictive like drugs. So Rev was out there, like, replying to a bunch of people, like, white knighting for his wife. Yeah, I believe you've got an abundance of food to eat. I believe that. Wow, that sounds like a very intelligent and rational way to look at the world. So, guys, this is a post by Rev Says Desu's wife. Do we all know who Rev Says Desu is, first of all? He's like a lolly VTuber guy who uses, he uses an anime of like a lolly avatar. He uses like a lolly avatar of like a little girl. This is like OC. It's like stolen from some anime with some like slight edit. And he does like conservative slop content. Let's pull this up quickly. Let's show you what it's all about over here.
Hey, what's up, guys? Riff here. So today we enter day 4 of what's been dubbed as Collargate, where Hassan Piker has been accused of using a shock collar on his dog.
So this is pretty terrifying stuff, pretty foul stuff, I've got to say. Like, you take a look at this, it's pretty foul. And yeah, it's just like endless, like, modern audience begged Sony to shut down problematic anime RPG, and yeah, like endless Hassan hate, and then Asmongold versus Ghost of Yote. Yeah, it's basically dox that person, actually. Yeah, you should get people fired from their jobs. So, and a lot of what his channel has been in the past, obviously the conservative stuff, it's sort of like always been there, but it's more prevalent now. He used to do loads of videos where basically the whole premise of the video was, this person said lolly's bad, but here's something that's almost maybe hypocritical that they posted another time. And aren't they, they're like a pedophile, really. They're like the real pedophile, not Rev. Definitely not Rev. Definitely not Rev. So that's the whole premise here, basically. And now we've got this post from his wife. And his wife is an especially embarrassing fool of a woman, I have to say. There's been a lot of drama surrounding her the last couple days on Twitter. I haven't really understood most of it or followed most of it. I just saw Chronic calling her fat, and I joined in, to be honest with you, because I've seen her around before. I know she's quite overweight. So, why was Chronic calling her fat, though? Let's look into this. Why was he calling her fat? Well, it's because of these posts, where she's doing this incredibly cowardly thing, where she basically posts this, I don't know if it's a real story, but her story about how the vaccine actually totally fucked her up. And she says, a few years ago, I went to get a flu shot and a COVID shot in the same go at the local drugstore. A few moments after receiving both shots, I began to feel my hearing disappear and felt like I was going into a tunnel and about to pass out. I passed out, was apparently violently shaking and breathing weird the entire time, and had to have an EpiPen to bring me back out of it. Thank God for the singular man who appeared to know what he was doing. While Rev said the rest of the staff were just covering their faces and their hands from shock. I remember being at total peace though. Strangely, I was coming out in and out of consciousness as I woke up, but I wasn't scared at all until I was fully present again. I will never get another jab again. So, is this explicitly anti-vax? No, it's not, like, explicitly anti-vax, is it? She's not explicitly saying, this is, you know, an experience that's common with vaccines. This is something they don't tell you about vaccines. She's technically only saying here, I had side effects from a vaccine, and I'm never getting vaxxed again. That's not technically like an anti-vax political position. She follows it up here with, oh, and one last thing. This post was not me saying I'm an anti-vaxxer. I was just sharing my experience. So, probably end the statement here if you're not like a retarded bitch who's trying to play sort of like on the edge of being an anti-vaxxer. If you're not like a retarded, cowardly bitch who's trying to play with the edge and trying to tease the idea of being an anti-vaxxer, you'd probably end the statement here, but she doesn't, obviously. This retarded fat bitch says, I do have questions about vaccines, which I think is fair, and the concept of not being able to question things that being injected into you or your child's body is very wrong in my opinion. Okay, well, you know you can have those questions answered, right? Like, you can look up the research, you could look into this. So again, the pussy shit that all these people do. Oh, I have questions about this. Yeah, have you tried looking for answers? What's the point of having questions if you're not looking for answers? Go look for the answers, retard. Not being able to question things injected into you or your child's body is very wrong in my opinion. And I'm not saying that the vaccine itself is what caused my reaction. Probably isn't, as we'll get into. I don't really know what happened, but truthfully, it was a terrifying experience, so I decided I won't ever get another one again. So why don't you look into what caused it and try and figure out maybe if there's something you can do to prevent that from happening last time that will allow you to still get the vaccine and not be a risk to the people around you. Or your children, if you ever have them. And to anyone saying I'm making it up, well, I'm not. But okay, regardless of your thoughts on vaccines, I think at the very least, people administering them should know that what they're supposed to do when someone has a bad reaction to it. It sounds like there was someone there who knew what to do. Not sure how that's a hot take, but that's how I feel. Well, someone was there who knew what to do. What, you want them to have all of the staff that are on site at any given time trained in helping? There was clearly someone who knew what to do. What's the problem? And then she also says, I still have had COVID at least twice. Well, that must mean they don't work then. Oh, you got COVID? Oh, well, that must mean... Oh, well. Say less. Say less. Okay, I don't have all this post saved here. So I said this was going to be terrible. Okay. This will be way better when it's a video. Trust me, guys. When all this is edited out. Okay, so here's Chronic's first quote tweet of Rev's wife here. You still got COVID after taking the vaccine because you are a fat pig. Obesity is a major risk factor for hypertension, high blood pressure. High blood pressure can double the risk of severe COVID even after full vaccination. And that's in addition to the fact that obviously being overweight, being hugely overweight, can increase the chances and the effect of side effects when getting a vaccine. Obviously, like if you've got high blood pressure and you have like a reaction, then when shit fucks up, it's going to be worse. That's probably contributes to you like passing out, struggling for air. That's how this kind of works. How this works. If you're fat, your whole body just kind of works worse. It just kind of fucks up bad. So let's read a few of these tweets here that she's got for us. Last night, someone came into my hand cam stream and said, "Ew, fat fingers, bye." I think it was one of the worst experiences I've had as a VTuber. I've always been insecure about my chubby hands, and that hurt me a lot. It was also a huge reason I didn't ever want to do hand cams. When I tell you losing weight has been so hard for me until I truly gave it to God. Yeah, so you're skinny now, right? So you're like a healthy weight now, right? Because God's helping you? Right? My whole life, I struggled with my self-image. Growing up, I was actually a very healthy, normal size. But unfortunately, was bullied and mentally abused by someone who was supposed to love me unconditionally. That led to me hiding food, eating in secret, counting 1,200 or less calories in middle school, a lot of self-hatred. At some point, I gave up. I gave up that anyone would truly love me, that I could improve my life and lose weight. I used food as a coping mechanism and truly became addicted to the high that food gave me. It was my drug of choice. A lot of people don't understand that it can be an addiction, but I promise you that it can be. Okay. Lol, it wouldn't even matter how fat I was. I'm still cuter than her inside and out. Being someone who is chubby myself, IRL, I don't personally take offense to the original post. I do understand why some people don't like all your replies, however. I think they were unnecessarily cruel to you over it and overreacted overall. Let me just be honest, many people like to dogpile you. I also realised that the word fit was attached to it, plus people use the word chubs as chubby in different ways. You clearly weren't saying it as a negative way. Okay, so she's talking about someone being fat. The point there is that she's saying she's fat. But it gets worse, guys. It all gets much worse, trust me. Here we have it pointed out that even in her avatar is she scoffing down a fucking big old quarter pounder here. Getting the Big Mac, getting the Whopper. Getting the Whopper. Even in anime format, is she getting the Whopper? With a pint of Coke as well, yeah. So she's got a lot of odd posts as well. And this is really where this is heading. It's not all just hitting her for being fat. Okay, I promise we're not just going in with being fat. It's not just that. Though that's a significant part of the segment for sure. So she says here, felt so convicted last night after watching a video about idolatry. I'm going to spend less time online / on my phone and try to decenter food more from my life. I think those are two of my biggest struggles I put way too much focus on. So, food is such a centerpiece in this woman's life. She fears that she's committing idolatry by centering food in her life so much. That's quite amazing. I gotta be real, that's quite amazing. That's quite amazing. I'm glad she's got the ability to be so introspective. If only people like Nicholas Diorio could have this level of introspection. Though I don't think God is going to fix it. I think you should try the treadmill instead. Now, I got a lot of heat for talking about this. For questioning this. I actually did bring this up on Twitter. Let's take a look at this, the situation here. Yeah, so here we have a post from Rev's wife. Homemade chili. Very yummy. It smells so good. So, Sid's outing himself here. This is not just what chili looks like. This is not... I've never had chili that looks like this. This is like some wretched American slop chili. This is like... This is more sauce than it is chili. It's just not what chili looks like. This is not the consistency of chili. It should not be like watery and greasy. That's not the way chili is. It's not the way any chili that's made by anyone that's not a complete degenerate looks like. Like, no, it doesn't look like that. It doesn't. It's not how it goes. It can look appetizing. Absolutely can look appetizing. No, you guys are just totally wrong. Nobody's chili looks like this. Nobody's chili looks like this. This is like pure slop. This is like pure slop. And she posted the recipe here. Okay, I promised a recipe. 2 pounds of ground beef. 1 pound of ground sausage. So we are... It's not even just beef and shit. We're putting ground sausage in the fucking chili, dude. Okay. Okay. 1 diced yellow onion. 3 tablespoons Worcestershire sauce. 3 tablespoons sugar. 6 ounces of tomato paste. 1.5 ounce Williams Original Chili Seasoning Mix. 29, is that, I assume, is it 20, actually 29 ounce tomato sauce. 4 ounce roasted, fire roasted, mild diced green chilies. 30 ounce fire roasted diced tomatoes. I assume, is this 30 ounce, okay. 16.9 ounce beef bone broth. 2 tablespoons diced jalapeno peppers. Jalapeno. 2 15.5 ounce cans of Bush's chili magic beans. Salt, pepper, etc. to taste. So, this is fucking obscene. This is obscene. Anyone that was defending that chili on the last frame, you have outed yourself as a fat fuck American. You've outed yourself as a trailer trash American making, what's that fucking, what's the shit Honey Boo Boo was eating? What's the shit Honey Boo Boo was eating? Eating fucking sketty. You eating sketty. You are degenerate, lard-ass Americans eating sketty. Sketty and Mountain Dew. That is you. That is you, through and through. The most trailer trash food going. This is not how anyone who can cook chili looks. This is not how anyone under 300 pounds chili looks. Just not the case. If you were defending this, you're retarded. Yeah, I will weigh in on food. Yeah, Brits will weigh in on food. What are the American arguments against British food? What do they bring up? A bread sandwich or whatever, where it's like toast and then, or like bread and then toast in the middle. No one eats that. That's like a Wikipedia page that you just bring up. Beans on toast, literally fine. Literally fine. You can eat that. You can make that shit. like an American would make their food, and Americans would fucking love it. You can just cover it in cheese, cover it in butter, totally fine meal, and Americans would fucking love it. They just like lie on the internet. I pretend it's like so far outside of their palate. It's like, no, it's fucking tomato and beans and bread with cheese and butter. You would fucking, if I put that in your fucking trough, you would literally be eating that face first like pigs. That's just facts. And that is just facts. And you can cry and you can pretend that's not the case, but it is. But it is. So there are no, and then what, jellied eels against archaic food that no one eats. Archaic food that no one eats. So all the retarded shit that Americans bring up is like nonsense. Black pudding's good. Black pudding is literally good. That's actually good, and you have a child's palate if you don't like black pudding. That's just facts. So American arguments about food are like beyond retarded. This is disgusting. This is slop. You are cattle if you eat this. This is why, you know, RFK has managed to spin up so much hysteria in your country, is because half of you guys are eating like this and going, oh, seed oils are fucking my blood up. My arteries are fucked up because of seed oils. No, your arteries are fucked up because, and let's check. How many calories? How many calories? Grok, tell us. Fuck. Grok, tell us how many calories. How many calories, Grok? That's 4,900 calories, 10 to 12 servings. Now, do I believe that Strawberry and Rev ate that in one sitting? I could very easily believe that, yes. I could very easily believe that, yes. However, I will be charitable. I will be charitable. And imagine a world where they didn't eat that in one sitting. I think 2 settings. I think 2 settings. Half. I think they had half. I think they had half,
Black
split
pudding,
between them.
White pudding, bacon, beans, buttered toast, scrambled eggs, sliced tomatoes, and a good cup of coffee. The best start to a day.
Gucci's talking sense. Thank you for the €5, Gucci. Thank you. Gucci's talking straight sense. Full English breakfast and shit are just so good, man. All English breakfast is just so good. Americans just hate because they're fucking retarded. Just so low IQ. But hey, we've got more here. We are gonna go through our meals for a moment. So she posts this, girl lunch. Now, are we seeing any problems here? Guys, are we seeing any issues here? Are we seeing any problems with this or with the girl lunch? Are we noticing any issues with the girl lunch? Anyone noticing anything? Also, I'm gonna have a quick cigarette, okay? While we're still on the food stuff. Before I get into the main complaints here. Yeah, so, not only is there a cake here, which appears to be like kind of half-eaten, so it's like, I mean, did you start the lunch like this? Is this how the meal started? You know? And then you've got this fucking insane, like 300 calorie pot of ranch. The American classic, the Yankoid classic. Yeah, I'm on a diet. 300 calorie pot of ranch. I'm on a diet. I'm just gonna have some veggies, I think, for lunch. 300 calorie pot of ranch. The absolutely Yankoid diet classic. It's so cool, bro. Yeah, missing the diet soda for real. And she actually posts this. Go lunch. Go lunch. Go lunch. Go what? Go pig? Like, that's what a girl eats out of a trough, sure. Like, a 300-pound girl lunch. Go wildebeest. So, and then, obviously, just to finish off the vaccine stuff here, she even admits here that she's got high blood pressure. She just straight up admits that she's got high blood pressure. So it's like barely even in question. So, oh yeah, wow, you had bad cases of COVID despite getting vaccinated and experienced side effects with the vaccine. Surely that's because of the vaccine and how fake it is, not because you're fat. So yeah, just really kind of baffling stuff there. But I realize this isn't the only drama that this bitch is going through right now. Oh, look, dude, and there's this shit too. Fuck, I can't pull this up, really? Okay, I can't pull this up because I'm in the UK. I'm raved. But basically, it's a tweet, okay? And it says, "Thank you for spoiling me." I don't know what face this is. What emoji is this? I don't know. It's like the tears in the eyes looking up one. Hearts. "I just received DoorDash $50 gift card from Anonymous via Throne. Thank you." So on her Throne wish list, she has the DoorDash gift cards so that fans can go to her wish list and send her DoorDash gift cards. And she's posting like thank you messages to her Twitter, thanking people for sending her DoorDash gift cards, assumedly to incentivize more DoorDash gift cards. I can only imagine. Big back behavior. Okay, and then she says here, now, this is moving on to, like, the rest of the drama. This is moving on to the rest of the drama. So, like I said, she had that first vaccine tweet, where it's like, you're walking right up to the line of saying anti-vax shit and being a total pussy about it. She does the same thing with, like, TradCon, MAGA type shit as well. So she says here, "Wives should submit to their husbands, and husbands should do everything they possibly can to make their wives feel appreciated, loved, and saved. This is how you get a happy marriage." She follows up with, "I would try to make it more clear. A wife submitting to her husband means willingly and respectfully supporting his leadership in their marriage, similarly to how you would submit to God's will. This also doesn't mean that women should submit to just any man. This involves having and sharing her own opinions, but yielding the final decision to her husband." So this is just like the same retarded red pill tradcon type shit ever. Like that's been going around for years. It's like you're like 2 years late on this grift. No one gives a fuck anymore. It's just like lame as fuck. Trusting that he is acting in the best interest of the marriage, while he in turn is called to love her sacrificially. This doesn't mean she is a slave or a doormat with no voice. It's a partnership where the wife's submission is an active and intelligent support for her husband's leadership. It requires trust, and for the husband to be doing his end of the deal as well. If he is a good and loving husband, which is what I'm talking about, that will lead to a happy marriage. So basically, she's just posting like tradcon retardation. Like, I don't even. It's not particularly offensive. Like, who cares? Someone thinks this. Some fat retarded Christian bitch thinks you should submit to your husband. Her husband's a fucking freak. Like, who gives a fuck? Who really cares? Not that offensive to me. However, I understand some people just don't like hanging out with conservatives. Some people don't like being around conservatives, and some people don't like watching conservatives because they fucking suck. Because they're fucking losers, to be quite honest. To be quite real, they are fucking losers. Thank you for the $5, Smirking Tyrant. Lamau, that's actually what they tell women in churches and shit. Totally got fucked retarded by some Christian dude. It's Rev. It's Rev says Desu guy. I don't know how Christian he is, given he's looking at little girls on the internet all day. Now, as a result of some of these posts, Rev's wife started getting a lot of shit. And that came from her kind of friends in VTubing and that Niara person. Do we know Niara? Do we know that person? It's like a transgender individual who's like a locale for all of these Asmongold and Rev types. Yeah, trans German VTuber with like a super retarded voice. Just makes the dumbest arguments that are like the easiest shit to strawman and make fun of in the world, and she's like total fodder for these retards. So this vampire person was making tweets. There it is. Bye. I ended our friendship because she kept posting about how she voted for Trump. She assured me before doing that she is politically neutral. She's a politically neutral person. Oh, here's her talking about trans people. Was close to her for several years and never once could use my pronouns. Either referred to me as a vampire or called me she. I've never gone by she online. Lots more behind the scenes, but this is what's relevant. I ended our friendship because we saw that. This is the one in between. Calling someone's actions disgusting is totally different from saying they are disgusting. They were created in the image of God, and in that they are beautiful. It's disgusting to prey on the mentally unwell and push them to change the unchangeable by mutilating their bodies. I disagree. There are people that push it. Not everyone, but there are many. I'm a live and let live person, but I'm also allowed to share what I believe is the truth. If someone chooses not to listen and live a life differently, that is the decision. I won't push them. So yeah, trans people aren't going to be friends with you if this is your outlook. Sorry, retard. Thank you for the $5 Iro. Yeah, beans on toast is fine, and Americans are retarded, and they're lying. Correct. Yep, that's just true. They're just like being intentionally dishonest online, pretending they wouldn't eat literally anything you cover in butter, salt, and cheese. I'm pretty convinced Americans can't even tell the difference between foods. So, obviously though, Straw up here, Rev's wife, cannot take it laying down that people don't want to fuck with her because she's like a retarded bitch who acts like a total dishonest coward to people, pretending they don't have a specific political leaning so that they can maintain relationships and standing in the community. And then later, when they feel safe, outing that political leaning. Truly some of the most pussy behavior in the world. The idea anyone defends that is like total pussy shit. Like, you're a total dishonest retard. Thank you, Lynn. Hugely appreciated. 10 gifted memberships. Insanely generous of you. Thank you so much, Lynn. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hugely appreciated. So yeah, it's just total pussy shit to pretend you don't have a certain political leaning so you can try and fit in a group. And then, like, when you feel safe, you start outing that. Or when you thought there's money to be made or something, you start outing that. That is, like, disgusting. It's, like, disgusting. So it says here, as you can see here in my final DMs, Vampy brought up the topic of my MAGA hat tweet last year, and I tried to move away from the topic in DMs because I wanted to continue being friends. Yeah, so you're a total coward. You're a spineless fucking coward. Like, this is just FPM all the way through. This is FPM all the way through. Path of least resistance. Don't do any work. Don't think about anything. Don't be honest with anyone. Just roll over. You know, fetal position. Keep stuff in your face. Pretend the world doesn't exist. Just huge FPM problems here. Major FPM problems here. I am someone who truly does believe in agreeing to disagree. Yeah, because it benefited you. I cared about Vampy then and still do now, even though many may not believe me. We were friends for years, since the beginning of me becoming a VTuber. We even collabed together a couple times, which I rarely ever do. I honestly thought we ended the friendship as amicably as possible, so it does hurt me to see Vampy post his way about me. It honestly feels like a huge betrayal when someone posts like this about you, and you used to be so close. But I will always wish Vampy well. I don't want anyone sending harassment that way. Do not. I don't approve of that. I'm serious. And if you like to spread slurs around and harass people, we do not see eye to eye at all. Of course, people are allowed to tell you that your post was mean or unwarranted. That's just the truth. Especially if you're posting from behind the block. I do not understand. If you don't like me this much, why not just leave me be? I'm not hurting anyone, and to say there is more behind the scenes just makes no sense. I was always nothing but kind to you in DMs, and we talked for years about all different kinds of things. I trusted you enough to send you photos of me, and you did the same. In return, we were real friends, Vampy, even if you can't see it. I know how I felt about you. It was always love. But it's really unfair I'm being framed as a bad friend for just having different opinions of my own friends. It's just not what you're being treated as a bad friend for. It's because you were concealing what you believed and treating people poorly under their own set of values without ever explaining it and then outing it later when you felt safe to do so. It's just very obvious what's happening here. You're a dishonest wretch. You're a dishonest cunt. It's disgusting. Very disgusting. This is what happens to a person when they think they fit an L and they actually have to ask for the XL. Okay. I never tried to push anything with anyone. If someone doesn't like my tweets, they can mute or unfollow. I guess I mute many of my mutuals that post NSFW stuff because I don't want to break the mutual because I still care for them, just don't want to see that NSFW stuff. I know I'm much more open about my beliefs now, and I also have new beliefs that I didn't hold when we were friends. But I don't think it warrants call-out posts like this from past friends. I'm not an extremist. I'll never try to force others to believe like me. If you voted Trump, you're an extremist, sorry. I 100% believe in free will. You have the right to believe whatever you want, and there are many people in my community that disagree with me on many things, but they have assured me they know I have genuine care for them, and they don't want to leave because of that. I really hope one day that I can make more friends with people who are okay agreeing to disagree, as long as everyone remains respectful and kind. But for now, I barely talk to internet people, because I've been hurt over and over like this. Okay, get offline. And it's just not worth it to me right now to keep getting hurt by people who claim to care about me. New update. What's the new update? Anyway. Bro, why did you post your character wearing a MAGA hat? It was a joke, bro. People took it so seriously now. See, this is so embarrassing. You're posting this. You're posting this. You're outing yourself here. You're outing yourself as like a lying fucking rat. It's crazy. You really tried to say, oh, it's just a joke. It's just a joke. Thank you, Harmony, for the $4.99. She's married to Rev. These people should have known she's a right-winger. That's true. That's true. That's obviously true. Well, I mean, actually, no, that's not true. I think you give her the charity. Yeah, you don't assume that woman just has the exact same opinions as her husband. I thought that'd be wrong to do, no? Give her the charity. She's saying it's a joke, no? It's just a joke. No, you were supporting Trump. You were posting support for Trump. That's what you were doing. And you tried to lie about it. You tried to lie about it to your friends. There's also people in your comments praising you for liking Trump. It's fucking cringe. Lamau, IDC. See, what a despicable coward this bitch is. Seriously. What? I don't love him, but I don't hate him. I don't like Biden. Wow, great commentary. Wow. So you didn't post it as a joke. You posted it because you support Trump. Because you support Trump and you were planning to vote for Trump. That's why you posted it. Right? And this is what? This is, I assume, American date format. So 4th, 7th. 4th, 7th. That's a month before the election. And you're posting a MAGA hat. It's because it wasn't a joke. It was you saying you were going to vote for Trump. I don't like anyone, really. It was a meme. So, like, IDK. What a fucking coward. What a coward. Seriously. I feel like Trump, it's easy to say you don't like him because he's done some horrible shit. Bro is now a convicted felon. I really don't want to talk politics right now. No offense. I hear what you're saying. I really do. I've had enough of this over a stupid meme. What a... Seriously, all I can find is coward. It's so embarrassing. Yet, you knew what you were doing. Boo fucking who? You got some comments calling you out for it. Boo fucking who? Seriously, cry me a fucking river. Yeah, these people don't be a friend if you're like a psychotic Trump supporter, which you are. Bro, you posted the hat exists to support him, and I want to know which of one of my friends support him, huh? And especially since I saw one of my community members in your comments talking about, like, you're so brave and use fucking Trump dog whistles. Like, it's a lot for me to take in. Listen, I don't think this is worth all this. It was just a silly post. It was never meant to be serious. Coward. I mean, I'm doing this right now instead of just letting shit sit and stew. I hear that upsets you, and I hear why, and I truly am sorry that you feel like this. Like I said earlier, the post was only ever supposed to be a silly meme for 4th of July. Okay, so it wasn't... Wait. When's the election again? Election's November, isn't it? Fuck. So it's 4 months before the election. 4 months before the election. Why did I think it was in fucking August? I'm retarded. I'm retarded. It's in fucking November. It's 4 months before the election. Sorry, take that back. Take that back. Take that back. Take that back. I'm retarded. Yeah, so, but this still makes it worse. This makes the post worse, to be honest. 4th of July, you're posting support for someone who's not the president. You're not posting just generic America stuff. You're posting support for the opposition candidate. So you're saying that, you know, obviously the point there is that Trump is more American, really, isn't it? That's what you're signaling there, is that you want to... Is that you feel like it's American to support Trump. That is obviously the signal here. People took it very politically, which is my mistake, as I prefer my specific politics not be something I really discuss on my main. My political opinions are pretty in the middle of the road for a lot of things. I feel like I don't need to go into depth about everything, though. You can tell how I feel about a lot of things just from being my friend. I'm not an extremist in any way, which I guess is how why this feels like a lot to me right now. It's so sickening, man. Oh, I'm middle of the road. That's why I vote for Trump. You lying fucking wretch. You lying fucking subhuman. Seriously. Fucking pig, man. For being completely honest, I didn't expect all of this at all, and no offense, but I don't want to feel like I'm not allowed to be myself, and even if all my political opinions didn't line up 100% with yours, I would still respect your opinions and you, like I was there because I care about you. Well, some people don't want to be friends with you, retard. I don't care what you post, what there are combos, stuff throughout the years. I've been pretty clear and consistent about that. The one thing I feel particularly sensitive about, rarely took politics, I don't care much about politics, except for Trump stuff, because it's affected my real life so much. I care about you and respect your opinions, but I don't care if we disagree about taxes or financial decisions or other mundane politics shit. Otherwise, I care about you, I still care about you enough to talk about this stuff and sort it out with you. I never want anyone to target you IRL, I hope you know that. I hope we can end this conversation both agreeing with that. Okay, and we end it there. So, total pussy shit. Thank you for the $4.99, Jimberly. Thank you for the $4.99, Jimberly. It is poverty food. Fucking beans on toast is poverty food. It's like very basic shit. But it's the exact same as American poverty food. Like, the idea that you wouldn't eat that same shit if you were looking for a meal that cost less than a couple dollars. You would. You absolutely would. You would anytime. It's just the case. You would anytime. I've seen the shit Americans eat. So, what else have we got here? Oh my god. I can't fucking find this shit. 1 second. So, okay. There's more here. So, this started a different round of drama about a week ago. Trans children are not normal. We should not be confusing children. You should do better, not me. So, just like, you know, abrasively stating controversial political opinions and crying when you get backlash. And then this is what the Nyara person says. So, this is like all the Asmongold and Rev and all these people's like lolcow trans person. Because they're just like a retard and they would just say dumb shit and feed them. I heard that she wasn't always brain rotted, but the anti-woke grifter Rev groomed her into it. There are old tweets for being supportive of trans and gay rights, but based on my interactions with her, it's safe to say she doesn't understand someone under 18 can be trans or gay. And she cries about this here, okay? She cries about this here. The fact that I've seen multiple posts over the last week calling me a grooming victim is appalling. Saying they're concerned, they believe I could be a good person one day, and they hope I leave my husband and God and heal. I am a grown woman. Please do not infantilize me. I am a grown woman fully capable of making my own decisions. How insulting. And there are real grooming victims that exist. To call me one is honestly just absolute insanity. And honestly, for a community that claims they support women, you don't seem to even view me as the grown adult woman with the critical thinking skills that I am. And that is wrong. The reality is, many of you are saying I'm acting crazy now, when my opinions are basically just the same ones many of our moms and grandmas had for years and years, which I believe is not weird when it was a status quo for a long time. You don't have to agree with me, but treat me like a stupid child. So, Lollicon's talking about how grandparents thought, and the status quo for thousands of years. Terrible combo. Terrible combo to have Lollicon's talking about that kind of shit. Terrible combo. Do not want to be hearing them talk like that. And it's just so funny, man. It's so funny. The TradCon LARP is just awesome. Because obviously, guys, as we know, her husband, Rev says Desu, parades himself around as a underage, prepubescent anime girl, and even goes so far as to sell heavily sexualized merchandise of this little girl character that he uses to represent himself. Yet here's stupid bitch Strawberry, lying coward stupid bitch Strawberry, here saying, as someone who stumbled upon porn due to unrestricted internet access at around the age of 11, I can attest that it was a bad thing. A very, very bad thing. It aided me in being groomed many times online by older men. Very extreme kinks being exposed to me as a child, etc. Yet, is married to a guy who pumps out extreme kink content onto YouTube. Who's posting videos of sexualized children defending extreme kinks while portraying himself as a sexualized child. Selling sexualized child merchandise openly with no age restrictions. In fact, whenever one of Rev's videos gets an age restriction, Rev makes a video about it, crying that YouTube is unfairly targeting him. So Rev is like opposed to having kids prevented from watching his content or engaging with his content. Rev actually wants to make sure that children are able to engage with his content of sexualized children. And here's stupid coward bitch Strawberry, his wife, sitting here saying, oh, isn't extreme porn so bad? It helps kids get groomed online. Yeah, don't you think that kids seeing other kids sexualized, even if they're cartoons, seeing other kids sexualized might aid in their grooming? This is obviously one of the strongest arguments against the distribution of lolly pornography. It's one of the strongest arguments made about Nox and his community full of children and young teenagers who were engaging with hardcore pornography. You know? It's very obvious stuff. It's really quite obvious stuff, but here's this stupid bitch sitting here saying, oh, isn't porn on the internet so terrible? Stupid fucking cow. Seriously. Absolute cattle. And then she carries on. Studies show it rewires your brain. It is addictive like drugs. It can make real sex less enjoyable and desirable, and there is also often a desire to watch even more hardcore content to get the same or even better high, since over time your tolerance can be altered. Don't think this is really shown. Thank you for the $5, Iro. Thank you. Can you use cultural beans on toast, the food of your people? UK's creative expertise using canned goods topped toast. Yes, it's a poverty meal. Yes. But I would defend as everyone has poverty meals. Every country has country-specific poverty meals. Beans on toast is better than fucking sketty or whatever shit you Americans are eating. 100%. Just is. Just is. Canned mac and cheese. Canned mac and cheese is actually disgusting, bro. Ramen's good, that's true. Not Americans, Japs are pretty good with food. Poverty food. Chill. Okay. What have we got? Speaking of which, actually. Oh, wait, this isn't even... Wait, what is this meant to be? I thought this was mac and cheese. Wait, what is this meant to be? Hot sausage, pumpkin, nochi? I don't know what this is. Dude, what is this? This looks disgusting. That looks like fucking sick, man. She's from the south, no doubt. Oh, wait. Fuck. There was another tweet in that last thread. I just can't possibly see how people could think that having access to that as a child is harmless. It isn't at all. And don't even get me started on how degrading the industry is to women and men. It is harmful. Period. But Lolly's fine, okay? Lolly's actually safe for kids. That's why she's so happy with Rev posting it on YouTube with no age restriction. So, okay. So this is brilliant. So this is really where it culminates, okay? This is where it culminates. Okay? So she says here, I'm so blessed to have my husband. We had such a good heart-to-heart tonight. Hearing him say how much he loves me and wants to honor me, how he wants to defend me by replying to every single hateful post, but hears me when I say there's another way to handle things. So Rev was out there, like, replying to a bunch of people, like, white knighting for his wife. It's so embarrassing, dude. And obviously, wherever Rev goes, it is just like, because Rev's whole thing is harassment, okay? He tries to pretend that this isn't the case. The whole point of his channel for a long time was basically find some trans person or some progressive or whatever who said something condemnatory about Lolly, pull up a bunch of shit from their past, direct his audience at them, get them banned from Twitter. That was basically the cycle. That was his cycle. So whenever Rev goes and replies to someone, obviously all of his fans show up. Obviously they do. Because his video was like, it was like a pure, like, harassment channel. Like, straight, like, random user harassment channel. It wasn't like, here's e-celebrity saying or doing cringe thing. Like, let's talk about this. It was like, here's this random Twitter user or some journo or whatever, just like some random fucking person that said something about Lolly. Here's their entire history. Here's their entire history. Here's everything you need. That was it. That was every video. That was like every fucking video. So then she says, he looked me in my eyes tonight and said the sweetest things. I'm so very loved. My whole life I was searching for something like this, and somehow I actually found it. We aren't perfect. We argue sometimes like everyone else, but we always apologize to each other because of love. Oh my god. This is, you know, I've got to say, I don't know about anyone else, but all the most successful relationships that I've, you know, been around, known, are always the ones where the parties are constantly posting on social media about just how amazing the relationship is. I don't know if anyone else noticed this trend, but oftentimes the relationships where the people involved are constantly professing to uninvolved third parties how great the relationship is, how amazing it's going, how perfect it all is. They last forever. They last forever. Thank you for the $2, Ira. Thank you. Having someone hold your face in their hands while they tell you how beautiful they believe you are. I pray this kind of love for others, even if it isn't the exact same romantic love, but this pure, unconditional love that really is the love Jesus has for us. God is good. Thank you, God, for giving me my borderline pedophile husband. Thank you, God. I truly believe he loves me like Christ loved the church. He would die for me, and that's why I would do everything I can to make him happy. He really does so much for me. Sorry to gush, but I'm really not really sorry. I just love him. I'm so blessed. Jesus has blessed me with so much. It's just so crazy. And her whole Twitter is like this, by the way. She's like always posting Bible verses and shit. It's so fucking shameful, bro. 29 minutes ago. Before every meal now, I try to make sure to take extra time to intentionally pray, not only to bless my food, but to thank God for having an abundance of food to choose from and eat. Yeah, I believe you've got an abundance of food to eat. I believe that. I also thank him for helping me with my binge eating. It's been really working for me. Have you tried not cooking up 12 servings of chili at a time? That might help. Holy shit, dude. Not begging for DoorDash vouchers on Throne. Maybe that'll help. I think the concept of not only praying for strength, but also thanking him in advance as he continues to work inside us really works. The more I remind myself that overeating is gluttony, a sin, the more I'm able to stop myself from doing it. Thank you, God. Guys, I'm totally slimming it. I'm totally slimming down. Guys, I promise. Guys, I promise. How about you just post the scales? How about you stop posting Bible verses about how fucking awesome, you know, starving yourself is? And start posting more thinspo. Post yourself on the scales. I want to see videos of you weighing yourself. Romans 4:17, as it is written, I've made you the father of many nations, in the presence of God, in whom he believed, who gives life to the dead and calls into existence the things that do not exist. Proverbs 18:21. The tongue has the power of life and death. So which one of these Bible verses is getting you on the treadmill? Dude, she's literally posting about it constantly. Dude, look at this. She said she got her nails done black and Rev liked it. Also, not my nail guy saying to me, you lose weight? I can tell. LOL. Dude. Okay, we believe you. After 500 posts that totally happened about how everyone's saying you're losing so much weight and you look so good now. We believe you. Now post scales. Now post the scales. Now show me the scales. Okay, I'm just seeing if there's any other interesting posts I want to pull up. So I'm reading these. Like, dude, she's doing it again. Oh my god, there's so many food pictures, dude. This is brilliant. Again with the fucking sauce, bro. It's just so much fucking sauce every time. It's always just fucking sauce. Sauce every fucking time. They can't fucking help themselves. Americans can't fucking help themselves. Thank you for the $9.99. Lampecia, hugely appreciate. Thanks so much. The liberal woman heel turn after marriage is super common in the US. It goes liberal, college liberal to married apolitical to Republican trad wife vlogger to shared Facebook profile to divorce. Thank you for the $10. Huge appreciate. Thanks so much. And the $4.99 from Harmony. Rev's channel made tons of Twitter-like users. Exodus to Blue Sky, but he's never afraid to call out left-wing harassment like the Hogwarts drama. Yep. Typical hypocrisy from these retards. So this is just crazy. Again, like, bitch, you're not dieting just because some of this is green. Or because you put it in small bowls. That's not dieting, okay? You cannot just cover everything in ranch. You will still put on weight. You'll still put on weight. But guys, she cut down so much carbs. Look how little pasta she's got there. She cut out so much carbs. Bitch, look how much ranch is on that salad. And she got, yeah, is that cheese on that as well? Bruh. It's just crazy. Yeah, just eat less. For real. Just eat less. Okay. Apparently, Rev and Strawberry were on side scrollers 2 days ago. Maybe we take a look at this briefly.
We're just
Okay, let's watch this segment. This might be good.
Golly. Let's go and finish this.
And so I don't even really think about them as people. And that's really the reason that's why it doesn't bother me. I'm sorry to say. A painter used to think the same. Really. Listen, the only difference between me and most people is that I say it. That's what I think.
Rev, what say you about Asmongold over here describing people as animals?
Well, I think anyone who listens to Asmongold a lot, you understand how he uses a lot of hyperbolic language.
Just like immediate sweeping.
But at a core, I understand what he's saying, that these people, I talk a lot about right now, it's like not even left versus right. I try to think of things as good versus evil at this point.
Wow, that sounds like a very intelligent and rational way to look at the world. If you just look at everything as good versus, just look at things as good versus evil. Because that's how the world is, right? It's just good versus evil. It's like an anime. It's like my animes. It's like I'm very smart and not a fat 30-year-old with severely arrested development. Because the world's good versus evil.
There are people who are just truly evil people out there. I mean, you can see how people reacted to Charlie Kirk being assassinated. And I get at a level what he's saying. He delivers things in a very brutal way. But I get what he's saying, that these people, they're just different. They will not ever come to a real conversation. They're intellectually dishonest. They will treat you and label you the worst things in the world.
Asmongold, all these things are totally untrue about Asmongold, right? Never have a real conversation, intellectually dishonest, label people and harass them. Asmongold would never do any of that. Rev would never do any of that.
That's ever come to a real conversation. They're intellectually dishonest. They will treat you and label you the worst things in the world, hoping it results in you being harmed. They know exactly what they're doing. And I get at a point where someone like Asmongold, who I consider a centrist, or someone maybe even a little bit to the left.
Dude. How many times does Asmongold have to say, I'm an accelerationist, I believe in the most extreme opinions, I don't believe in free speech, I don't believe in due process, I only believe in power? How many times do you have to say this sort of thing before these retards stop getting away with pretending that he's like a left-leaning centrist?
Gets called a neo-Nazi and alt-right, and he's being called Hitler in this clip. Like it's everything is so skewed right now. It's I understand his frustration. I understand the hyperbolic language he's using in this clip.
I would love to see one of these fucking worthless reprobates have a conversation with literally anyone.
Nothing that's being said, just remember, is accidental, right? So the reason why they keep saying the right for everything, the right, it's negative reinforcement. So every single time I show you something bad, I say the right. It makes you very scared to have a different opinion other than what theirs is. So do you vilify, really all it is just a political ideology. It's just like, this is how we want to handle taxes. That's really all it is. But they've turned it into, they've associated it with...
is it just about, is it taxes? Is taxes the issue the issue everyone's upset about? Is it taxes? Is that what people are upset about?
A certain fascist regime, you know, it's from Germany. They've done a lot of that. As far as these animals being animals, that's true, they are. But for me, it's not necessarily saying the political ideology that they're animals. It's the extreme version of the left. They don't ever think, they react just the way an animal reacts. You put a piece of meat in front of it, it just goes for it. How many times have you seen
unlike Rev, of course,
them say something while blatantly contradicting the very thing that they're saying? There's no thought process. I'd say it's not animals, I'd say more zombies. It's just a zombie horde that follows whatever agenda it is. And you've seen it time and time again where they'll just pivot. Now we believe this thing. And now we're just going to go that way. So I'd say it's more like zombies, and it's not the left. It's the extreme portion of that group.
Right. I think more than anything, what he's trying to say, or what he said with a lot of hard edges, is the idea that he's just going to totally disregard, like it's inconsequential when they are critical of him in any way, shape, or form. Just like, and I think that's honestly totally fair, because we know that a lot of these people are Looney Tunes and they are caricatures of what they think they are. At the end of the day, I mean, we have guys running around in T-Rex outfits outside of ice facilities. Like, that tells you everything you need to know.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I'm actually happy. I prefer that than shooting at us. So I actually let's encourage them wearing dinosaur costumes. I like that.
Yes,
but I heard Craig say the word caricature, and I think that's something that people do. They create caricatures of you. If you're different than them in any sort of
no,
a way,
you are a caricature, dude.
Opinion. They create this caricature of what you are, and you represent everything they dislike, and you are the most extreme version of that as well. And I remember, I'll share this for like 30 seconds. I was being called a Nazi and alt-right back when I was talking about, the only thing I talked about back like 5 years ago was anime and art. I would talk about artists getting canceled on Twitter. And
he would just talk about anime and art. That's why he was getting called right wing, because he was talking about anime and art. He totally wasn't like seething about trans people and black redesigns and all this sort of shit. Totally wasn't that, guys. It totally wasn't about that. It totally wasn't any of that. It was just about art and anime and cancellations. You know, it was like just totally apolitical stuff, like seething over black people, drawing anime characters as black, and seething over trans people. And, yeah, totally none of that.
I would say, hey, you might not have to like the content they're making, but let people express themselves, have freedom of expression. And I was called a Nazi back then for that. Because we all know the core component of the Nazi regime was freedom of speech. They were big free speech advocates. They loved it in the Nazi party. The funny mustache man, he loved freedom of speech. So after a while, you realize these people will create the worst version of you in their head, and you shouldn't waste your time trying to convince them or even have a dialogue with them anymore. It's not worth it. You'll lose your sanity.
Don't throw your pearls before swine.
That's right.
Just remember, this is a group that calls black people white supremacists. Like, if you don't need, like, there it is, folks. Zombies. That's just follow order.
Wait, but these are the people called black people white supremacists? What, you think you can't be one race and think another race is better? You think you can't be like self-hate? You think self-hating people don't exist? Like, obviously they do.
That's it. They don't think about anything.
Right.
Well, we have different pockets of society here, and on the other side of society from Asmongold is his name is Cenk Uygur? Is that his name?
Yeah, Cenk Uygur.
Yeah. Cenk Uygur. Well, he has this show, The Young Turks.
We love Cenk.
And
we love
he
Cenk.
was talking about Asmongold
So
and his thoughts on him. Now, there's a lot of political stuff in this, but this is a political show. But I just thought it was funny the way that he spoke about Asmongold.
Hey, if you're a Democrat and you're criticizing the right wing, now think about it if the shoe was on the other foot. Now, this brother comes along. I don't know who Assman is. I mean, people say maybe.
I'm sorry, that's so
They call
funny.
him Ass Man? Yeah, I was gonna say that's what it sounded
He
like.
thought he was cooking with that one.
Yeah, it's so good.
got
Ask
a
Asman
following.
if he's an ass man.
I bet Asmongold's going to make so much money. By the way, can we please do something about your tabs up here at the top? Whoever screen recorded this, holy moly.
Get some management.
Just a little tab
That hurts
management.
me.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm with you on that. All right, continue.
But I've never heard of him, right? And his co-conspirator Jägermeister or whatever, right? But this guy's talking about, oh yeah, run over protesters. I don't mind it, he said. So you don't mind extreme violence, running over somebody with a car, okay? But you know what? Why
That's
don't we
probably taken out of
instead
context,
arrest
by the
them
way.
for
Right.
I can almost guarantee that what he was saying is that if you're being I'm imagining swarmed by a million people and they're trying to break into your car, I don't think he was probably saying just run over people. I don't think he was probably.
I don't know the context, so I don't.
He was saying that. He was
saying.
saying if people are blocking the road, run them over.
But look,
You double down.
we
on
just
that
talked
position.
about how hyperbolic Asmongold speaks, right? And I think that's exactly what happened in this situation. But whatever, I don't want to glaze.
Okay, retard, that's not what happened. Okay, stuttering Craig, you fucking idiot. That's not what happened.
Hear what he has to say.
Exercising one of the most fundamental American rights, freedom of speech. The one, remember, that you guys all pretended you were in favor of? I know some of them meant it, but apparently a lot of them, including Assman and Jägermeister, didn't mean it. They thought, oh, freedom of speech for me.
Who is? I have no idea who Jägermeister is. Any idea, chat? No idea. All right.
Me to say that maybe you should be murdered or be made my slave. My freedom of speech, good. And by the way, I wouldn't cancel that. I don't mind him saying the terrible things that he says. Now we know who he is. So, and I'm not afraid of
all
his
the insecure, balding magatards wearing caps inside. Stop talking about Chad like that. Leave Chad alone.
I'm not afraid that the majority of Americans are going to look at that and go, oh yeah, well, I think we should, instead of having freedom of speech, if anyone exercises freedom of speech in a way that I don't like politically, we should arrest them, take away all their rights, make sure they can't vote, and then turn them into slaves. No, 98% of Americans are going to be against that. But Assman thinks that's a great idea. So he's like, oh yeah.
Wait, have you guys ever heard?
Man thinks it's a great idea.
By the way, great freeze frame for a thumbnail, right?
Yeah. He is wearing the hat more often. He said, anyway, you're wearing the hat stream? You're wearing the hat stream? It's like you're having a bad hair day, bro. There's a bad hair day going on under there. You're like, you're wearing the hat stream? You're having a bad hair day. You can't get it in the right place.
She stepped out for a second. Oh, I thought you were talking about straw.
No, I'm just talking about that
double
right there.
freeze frames.
That's okay.
That's horrible. Oh.
Didn't this guy apparently try to run for president too? Is that true?
Yes. Yeah. This guy's the grifter of all grifters. So yes, he did.
Okay. All right. And he's the uncle of Hassan Piker, huh?
That is correct.
Okay. All right. It's all kind of making sense.
I'm for freedom of speech unless it's left-wingers. How dare they protest our government? Let's take away all their rights. Did you see what he said? That make sure they can't ever vote again. And I don't know if his followers were like, what an idiot. We said freedom of speech, dumbass, okay? Or if they're like, yeah, we hate freedom of speech now that we're in charge. Let's turn them into slaves.
This is this guy's show?
Is this a parody?
This is what he does. He Jerry Springer's like, he goes into Jerry Springer mode. It's all bullshit.
Wow. Do they make a lot of money?
Oh my God, do they? They're huge.
So there's not even any commentary here. You're not. I mean, how can you say, is this guy's show when you're giving no commentary? You haven't said anything about his point. You haven't even attempted to engage.
I saw they have a TV station. Like I have YouTube TV and they have TYT. I see the channel. Is it just like 24 hours of this guy doing this?
Yes, and they used to be back in the day also like edgelords, like the way they would treat women and stuff like that. Like they were doing very similar things the way that like Kimmel, when he came out in blackface, and then they just turned it over, and now they're this image, right? So huge grifters.
Okay, I would probably say that Cenk is a little bit of a grifter. He's not fully a grifter, but he's willing to play with his beliefs a little bit to take advantage of whatever's going on. But that's just not true. The way that guy just relayed that is just not true. They used to have a policy of just saying the N-word. Like, if the N-word was part of a story, they would say it. That was a thing. Hassan had his segment, his bro tips segment, but they were always progressive, and the bro tips thing was like, it was like mocking frat bro culture, right? It's like meant to be kind of satirical. Yeah, it was edgy, but it was progressive. Like, they both can be the same. Both can exist at once, Like they had that policy set. The policy saying the N-word is awesome because it made that compilation that I can't play on YouTube or Twitch. Where it's just Cenk and Anna and shit saying the N-word a whole bunch of times.
Yeah, I've seen the bro tips. Yeah, I've seen the bro tips thing before with Piker. That's pretty spectacular.
That's who they are, really, for years.
Of course.
But the bro tip shit is funny, but that was like obvious satire, right? It's obviously not being expressed earnestly.
But they found a way to make some money, huh? So, all right.
Well, a lot of money, yeah.
Jeez Louise. Well, anyways, let's go finish up the last 15 seconds here.
13 people watching that show. Who would like that kind of monstrously un-American piece of... Look, hey, that's pretty dang good. That's pretty good for us, by the way. If we had 3,200 people watching us right now, but I think Asmongold streams to considerably more. By the way, we're on hold on. They have 6 million subscribers and only 3,000 people watching them. Oof.
Many such cases.
Wow. That's crazy. We're well on their heels right now. We got well, between Rumble and YouTube, we actually have more than that. That's awesome. Hell yeah, let's go. Let's give it up, guys. And we have considerably less subscribers. So all right, we're beating the Young Turks apparently, but we're just not making as much money as they are apparently.
Doing it for the love of the game.
Yeah, the love of the game. That's right.
Crap.
By the way, Fundathon coming up in, in just 2 weeks. No, just kidding. Here we go.
Like that, who doesn't believe in America at all.
I mean, I don't consume content
Rumble,
like this.
Rumble counts viewers differently. You can't directly compare Rumble to YouTube because I believe the interval for view count is longer on Rumble. Viewers stay counted for longer and shit, so that the number is going to be higher.
I can't imagine that Asmongold Gold, whatever his name is. I can't imagine that he is watching this show right now either.
I don't think
I was gonna say, do they take any notes? Do they look at anything before they go on here and start talking to make themselves like
they don't need
is this on purpose, or are they doing it like, you know what I mean? Like, you're making yourself look stupid. Like, is it supposed to be a joke? I don't get it.
Well, I'll tell you this. They're not like you guys. You guys came on and you were prepared. You guys saw the run sheet and everything. I know because the way you've reacted to some of these stories, which is great. So you guys are true pros. So let's go. Unlike,
we did look through it.
Yeah, unlike the Young Turks over here. All right, one last Asmongold hit here. This has been on our run sheet for a couple days here. As you guys know, we have our Real Game Award.
Okay, well, that was excruciatingly bad. Yeah, they just didn't respond to anything. They were just like, is this your show? That was it.